music.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you looking today? How you feeling?
Carlos, you can hear me, I trust. We're good?
We are good, man. Let's not ask too many questions.
All
Hope
right,
nothing
good.
breaks. We are good, my friend. Yes, we are.
Yeah, I'm doing okay this morning. Interesting
man.
day yesterday we had in the markets, didn't we? A couple of things that we talked about in the pre-market show yesterday came to pass. We got a good move out of DKNG. I want to call it Donkey Kong. Damn
Donkey
you, Brian.
Kong, yes.
It's all Brian's fault.
That was actually my
DraftKings.
trade yesterday, man. It was really good.
Was it?
For sure. So, yeah, I actually took a trade on that one, so that was
Okay.
nice.
I on the other
well.
hand do what I normally do, and I traded things short from the highs. I was busy watching. I actually traded Nvidia from some all-time highs short, of course, as I like to do. Traded Tesla. My usuals. AMD. They all delivered well for me. So. Pretty good day in the market for me yesterday. But again, some interesting moves. Hopefully we'll get those again today. A couple of earnings to talk about, not many of which are in our gappers list, but we'll get there in a moment. Why don't we talk economic calendar to get started? Not a lot happening today, really. The only thing that might be of interest is at 2 o'clock, we've got the Beige Book. It's an unusual morning where there are no economic announcements this morning. We have to go to this afternoon to find anything. So 1:45, we got Williams speaking. The Beige Book is it's basically a summary of financial predictions, I guess, by the different Fed banks that is amalgamated and produced by a different bank every quarter. So this comes out, I think it's only 3 times a year. Maybe it's 4. But again, nothing new. There shouldn't be anything new in that. Sometimes it doesn't matter, though, right? It depends on how the computers read and analyze the text that comes out in that Beige Book. So be wary of 2 o'clock if you're trading at that time, because the markets may move in unexpected directions, but it could also provide opportunity if the reaction is extreme enough, because often you get that extreme, considered like pulling an elastic, right? It snaps back sometimes pretty quickly. So just be aware of 2 o'clock. And that's really it for the day. 7 o'clock tonight, well after the market closes, we do have another speaker. Bostic is speaking, but that's it. That's all we got on the calendar. So pretty light day for economic news. So let's take a look at those gappers, and we'll see what we got moving this morning. Here we go.
I'm on mute. Excuse me.
There you go.
Okay. So friends, our gappers list this morning, as you can see here, we have a couple in the green, not much, 3 ASTS, Chewy, I think it is, MRO, and then our gap down list is full of stuff, rightfully so. We ran up so much yesterday. Some things are giving some back this morning, so you're seeing that there. So let's dive into it. Let's take a look what's happening. I'm going to Control A, Control X. That's going to clear our list over here from yesterday. And we'll dive into the first one here, ASTS. So as we look at this one, we've seen this before. This has been on our list plenty of times, moving up or down. This morning, we are up 18% on it, 4.6 million shares traded. So we got a lot of volume on it this morning. Is it going to be tradable? They are not a low flow, although they're a lower price. Their flow is sitting at 215 million. So, Peter, any news on this one?
Yeah, well, this is AST Space Mobile. If you remember, where Elon and Starlink is going to be the internet provider of space. It looks like they're trying to be the cell phone provider service of space, which I thought those were merging. So I'm not quite sure the difference in their services, or maybe they're just in direct competition. Although I don't think Elon's providing cell service; he's just providing internet. I don't know. Look. All I know is that AST Space Mobile is teaming up with Verizon, and they're announcing that they're planning to target 100% geographical coverage of, just the continental U.S. from space. So they are saying, if you have a cell service with this AST Space Mobile and Verizon, you will get 850 megahertz service anywhere in the U.S. guaranteed. So can you hear me now? Yeah, call back. Old Verizon commercial. All right. Anyways, dad joke.
Oh, I got you. I thought I was going to sneeze.
Okay. All right. I'm sneezing today this morning as well. There must be some allergies here in the Northeast that's got it.
Yeah, I don't know
I don't
what's
know.
going on.
I've been, anyways, we'll both
Weirdness.
try not to sneeze in your faces here this morning.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's
yeah.
every once in a while it catches me. So if you see me going off to the side here, I'm executing a move.
We know what you're doing. Yeah. All right, friends, let's take a look here. The next one is going to be Chewy. So CHWY this morning. Wow, we are 15% today, 2.2 million shares traded. This reminds me a little bit of these stocks that get great volume and just are not great at the market open. But today I'll be watching it. This is a big gap up this morning. I do like that, Peter. What's driving this one today? 7 o'clock, 7:30, something broke out.
One of my two favorite pet-related companies, Chewy and Woof. Oh, sorry. Colton is saying that he's allergic to bad dad jokes. I got some bad news then for you, Colton. Your
You're going to hear a lot of those on this show.
With me here. So
you better pop some pills. Oh, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right. Anyways,
take us through it.
Starting with that one right there. So there you go. All right. Yeah, Chewy had earnings this morning. As you said, Carlos, they typically don't trade all that well. I'd love to see them trade again. Chewy and Woof. I just love the names. I'd like to think they would trade well, but typically they don't get good enough volume. There's just not enough consistency in the volume to create the predictable trade patterns that I look for. But their earnings were good. They beat their numbers. And they haven't. I haven't seen anything where they're talking about the next quarter. Whether they're increasing their forecast or not, but they definitely had a good last quarter, which is actually typically, what we're going to see this morning for all of the retail stocks that are reporting this morning. It seems like people are buying stuff. So you're buying stuff for your pets. Chewy had a good quarter. We'll see this again in a couple other stocks I'll mention later. But I as much as I'd love to see them trade well, it feels like an overreaction, by the way, for just good earnings. It's up quite a bit, percentage-wise anyways, right? I mean, it's only $17 at the close. Now it's up 12% at 19, but it feels like a little too much of a move for their earnings. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it puts them in the territory where if they can hold this and go higher, they have been, significantly higher before. I'm just looking back here. I think when they IPO'd, they were up at $100. Yeah, they were actually over $100. So
yeah.
Who knows if they can get moving again? I don't know if this is the catalyst that's going to take it, but maybe it's good for a longer term trade. I'm not sure if we'll get a day trade out of it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it for today as a secondary because I know how bad they can try the market open, even with how great the numbers look right now. So it's going to be in a secondary for me. But 2.4 million, up 13.4 this morning. That looks pretty interesting. Let's take a look at the last one on the gap up list, MRO, another one that we see on our gappers list more often than we like. Marathon Oil, they're not a great intraday trading ticker. Their volume is extremely light throughout the day. So today, they're gapping up 10%, though 1.3 million shares traded, which is a big gap up, right? They do gap up and down a lot, but this one seems pretty aggressive. Is there any earnings that might be driving this today? What are we seeing?
No, and this doesn't look like you would expect it. I was going to try and get you to guess what was happening, but it doesn't look like a typical buyout. So this is a buyout.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ConocoPhillips is buying out Marathon Oil. It's estimated to be a $17 billion deal. It's an all-stock deal, which means that basically MRO's stock price is going to be tied to what ConocoPhillips does today. Now, typically the bigger company, their stock goes down while the company being acquired goes up. But when it's an all-stock deal, they tend to move together. ConocoPhillips, by the way, is COP. If you're looking for which one it is, that's the one. And if you notice that they are, or they were earlier, are they staying on our gap down list? Oh, no. They've disappeared.
They moved up a little bit from the low of the pre-market, so a little bit higher. But yeah, they would have been below 2% here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're under the 2% move. That's why. So,
Yeah.
and not a significant amount of volume despite this $17 billion acquisition. So, anyways, MRO could be tradable today. Normally with a buyout, we would say not tradable, but when it's an all stock deal, again, those stock prices get related, and they could potentially move. So, I'm not sure that I'm still loving MRO. I typically avoid this sector altogether. We've talked about that many times in the past. Despite the volume. I'm not sure what to think of it. I mean, it actually looks good for a buyout. If you look at what the price action so far this morning, it's actually been sort of climbing up and moving with a little bit of volume here at 1.4 million shares traded. So I guess it's a potential, but probably not one of my top favorites.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I don't like it here, and I'll leave it alone. Next one on here is going to be, well, now going to the gap down. Before we get there, Peter, anything gapping up that we haven't talked about yet?
A couple that don't make the list just based on volume or price movement. So Dick's Sporting Goods, DKS. They had earnings this morning. DKS is the ticker on that one. Like I mentioned, beat their numbers. This is going to be the sort of the story of the morning for all of our retail-based earnings. They had a good quarter. Again, you guys are buying stuff for your dogs and sporting goods. Everybody's looking to get outside for the summer, I guess. I don't know, but good quarter for them. So they're gapping up. And ANF, I guess when you're Abercrombie and Fitch. While you're out there, you got to look good. So maybe they're all related. I don't know. Is it the same people that would have pets, play outside, and buy Abercrombie and Fitch clothes? I'm not sure. I don't have
I'm not
any
sure.
of those fashion
Yeah.
pets or anything. Anyways, ANF also beat their earnings and had a good quarter, so they are gapping up this morning. So there you go. So those are the three that I was watching from an earnings point of view, and they are all gapping up.
All right, there you have it. Let's see what's gapping down today. With this list, very, very long this morning, as you can see here. We're not going to go through all of them. We'll look at the top, which actually is not a hard list because I see a lot of stocks that can kind of get together here. PDD, BABA. I know Chinese tickers are on here. So let's go through it. Leading the way here, BHVN. So they are down quite a bit here, 26% this morning. Nice drop all the way down today. 469,000 shares trade. So we got some volume on it. Normally does not get a whole lot of volume. Look at this daily. If you go back on their best days, they're getting 3.7, right? It's the highest volume I see here as far as being traded going back to all the way to April. So not a high flying ticker as far as volume. Peter, news today dropping at 27%. Must be something decent.
It's a biotech company, so usually it means something's going on with one of their drugs. In this case, though, it's fairly quiet. There's a lot of rumors, but no fact. A lot of rumors that they've been doing some shady stuff with their finances. And I haven't seen any formal articles about it. Basically, the StockTwits has been all abuzz with, the news will break soon. Stay tuned. Short the heck out of this thing. Maybe people are just getting ahead of that because I don't actually see any news. Sometimes it's all smoke and no fire on these things, so be careful. But we do have, like you said, a little bit of volume this morning. BHVN is, 500,000 shares, so it's not huge volume, but it is leading our gap down here to 27%, which is a pretty big gap. I'm not sure what to do with this. So, Alex, I mean, if people are posting it on, sort of Twitter and, other related social media, I guess it's not insider info. It's the rumor of insider info. Like nowadays, how do you distinguish what insider info is really? I mean, heck, even the U.S. Congress is redefining what insider trading is and allowing themselves to do all sorts of crazy things. So I don't know. Anyways, I will stay away from whether it is or not. If we know about it, I guess you can pretty much guarantee it's not insider info. And frankly, there is no actual news, right? It's just rumor of news. So, watch it. I guess if news breaks, watch for this thing to move. I'm not probably going to put it on my list. I just don't. This is not the thing I sit and wait for all day. I'd rather watch my regular stocks.
Yeah, 100%. Let's take a look at the next one, which I like today is American Airline. So this one down at 9.2 and some very big drop for some weird news. We're going to cover that next. 2.3 million shares traded. And yeah, they're taking a big hit. This happened after hours, but we also saw a drop during the day as well. It's the entire day yet dropping here. So, Peter, someone leaving and this is causing the stock to drop. I'm telling you, if I was leaving a company and my stock dropped this much, it would make
Well,
me feel good. How about you?
well, Well, I mean, yeah. Look, there. So the chief commercial officer is leaving the company. I don't think that's what's doing it, though. At the same time, they cut their guidance. That's probably what's
Yeah, it's probably a lot of it too. Yeah.
yeah, that's probably what's causing the bigger gap here. So their second quarter outlook, they dropped pretty significantly just well after the close yesterday, and that's taken them down pretty heavily this morning. So it's never good when you have to go lower your guidance. They're trying to prepare the market for the fact that they're going to have a bad quarter, which is a big change in tone, by the way, from where they were and all the airlines were last quarter, right? Because they had some pretty good numbers and were predicting a good travel summer. So it's interesting to me that American is cutting their guidance here, but yeah, we'll see what happens, and we'll see if this cascades over to some of the other airlines. I am seeing slight moves
Yeah,
down
so
on
Delta.
this is American, which is of course the big mover with the volume, but Delta, United, right? They could all move as well, but so far it really seems to be concentrated, of course, around American.
Yeah, American getting the big volume. Delta is down 3%. I mean, it'll drag some stuff down. If they continue to sell off, it might drag some of the other stocks as well. So we'll see how the market takes American Airlines this morning. I do like the drop we're getting today. This looks very good. Definitely going to have these guys on my list. So when they're getting this type of volume, they do trade very well. And CCL, of course, CCL is on here because when American is down, CCL is down just because of all the cruise ships and how big of a hub Miami is for American Airlines and Carnival. So they're down slightly, 3%. Not a whole lot of volume, though. But if you like a secondary play, it's going to get less movement. CCL could be one as well as the airlines are down. So American Airline on the list. Any other airlines on here? Nope. No other travel companies. So we'll move down to SMR. SMR today down 7.6, 434,000 shares traded. This doesn't look good. Nuke Scale Power, which we talked about plenty a lot, gapped up yesterday. I have no interest in it, Peter. How about yourself?
No, this feels sort of like a second day play at this point. If you remember, we were
Yeah.
talking about them yesterday because their CEO was talking about how nuclear is the future, especially with all the demand on AI. It got them a little bit of a bump. Now it's coming back down. I don't think there's going to be much here. Keep moving.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here, people.
Yeah.
Move on. Move
Yeah,
on.
let's move along. And this was another one where there's nothing to see. You know, did a little hype yesterday. Actually,
Hmm.
it did ran up in the middle of the day, but again, so tough to trade, guys. So be careful on this one. Right now, it looks like it's gapping down 6.3. Still has good volume, 1.3 million shares traded. So just be careful on it. I mean, I won't even be watching it today, but if it hits the scanners, you guys called it out saying it's doing something crazy. I would definitely be tuning into it,
Yeah,
but I don't like it today.
I was hoping the
Peter,
meme
where do you sit
stocks
on
would
it?
be back with GME moving, but it really didn't do much of interest. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. I
I
think we might
mean,
have to wait
remember
3
that they were
years now.
selling. GameStop was selling another $1 billion or so, $900 million worth of stock, which then they reacted in an opposite manner. Normally they would gap down from that, but I give my tip my hat to the leaders of GME that are saying, you know what, if you're going to keep our stock price way up here, we're going to cash in. So why not? But
Yeah, absolutely. They should hire that guy. They should hire that what was the Roaring Kitty, whatever it is. I will hire him.
Roaring,
ASAP.
you know what?
Yeah.
If you like your conspiracy theories, Carlos, you should go on the internet because who says they haven't? I mean,
Mm.
they've got no better hype man out there, and if they did hire him, they
That's
certainly
true.
wouldn't want it to be publicly known because that would ruin the
That's
value of his hype, right? So,
that is
uh,
very true. See,
anyways,
we, we're,
I don't
we're
know.
we're starting something here. We're getting into it. All right, GameStop, guys. It is active. Is it going to be in place? Going to be moving today? I'm not sure, but again, I don't like it here. So just be careful. Um, all right, moving down. Kava. What is this?
We've seen this
BR. This
before.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It's down 5%. Light volume. Normally doesn't get great volume. Day trade's horrible. So I'll leave it alone. Looks like earnings last night, just in case for those that are interested, right, Peter? Looks like a nice pop and
Yes,
a drop.
it's a restaurant stock. They had earnings after the close yesterday, but they beat their numbers in the quarter from the typical financials. However, their foot traffic per store dropped, so a little concern about the fact that traffic is dropping in their retail restaurants.
Yeah,
So
yeah, not great. CCCS. I know we looked at this before. It's usually pretty bad, but ticker name is pretty interesting here. So today they're not doing anything. So they're down 3.3. Just looks like a couple of transaction trades being recorded here. This is really not in play, guys. So I'm going to move on to the next one.
yeah, they had a
CCL. We
secondary
look, yeah.
offering. Secondary offering at $11.50 a share. Look where the price is. 50 million shares issued at $11.50. So no surprises here.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll go into the next one. PDD. PDD, as you guys know, had a very interesting couple of days last week, right? They gap up and then sold off here. Today they're selling down some more, 2.3. I had an increase in volume, as you can see in the charts down here. So a little bit of increase in volume. Today, only 343,000 shares traded for a possible sell-off. Don't know how well it's going to trade. When this thing doesn't have volume, guys, it is very brutal, right? You need the volume. So that's the only thing that's going to keep this on our list is if it continues to get volume. I like the sell-off yesterday. It's gapping down again today. Can maybe we see some more weakness out of this? I'm going to put it on here, PDD. And I want to see if there's any other. I was going to look at BABA, but BABA just popped up on the list. Because when I think about PDD, I think of Chinese tickers, Peter, and BABA is down 2.2, almost a million shares traded. So any news as far as yeah.
You should think about them together because they're fighting for, supremacy on online retail services in China. The rumors last week that PDD had surpassed them, and then Baba took back the lead. And anyways, but yeah, they tend to move, sort of in a similar fashion. Not mirror images of each other, but in a similar fashion.
Gotcha. I agree. I like PDD here as a secondary. I do like Baba. And this volume to me down 2%. Man, when they get volume, they trade very well. Today's list looks very light. I mean, we only got American Airlines on our main list right now. I'm going to add Baba on here. These numbers look great, and I think they can trade very good if they get into some kind of momentum play here. So I like Baba this morning. We'll add that to the list. Now, let's talk about tech. We haven't talked about tech today. As far as TSM, AMD, of course, NVIDIA. I see some of these making our way on our list here now. So let's look at TSM, which is on the gap down list today, down 2.2, very light volume. Again, this is kind of a bit of a sell-off that we've been seeing lately in the pre-market, right? AMD also down 2.1, almost 700,000 shares traded. And NVIDIA also, down from the pre-market highs, but still trying to maintain in the green. We'll definitely be watching that one today. So, Peter, what's going on with the tech sector? Anything that you like this morning? Of course, AMD, but what else are you seeing?
Yeah, well, I mean, from the tech sector, you just hit on my favorites. The semiconductor sector continues to move. TSM, obviously, in a high-risk position with military activities happening on their doorstep out in Taiwan. But yeah, I mean, AMD and NVIDIA, I think, are good movers. Keep in mind, every day we creep closer to the 10-for-1 stock split that will be coming on our good buddy NVIDIA to bring it down to a very tradable and affordable price point. So it hasn't seemed to hurt it, has it? I mean, look at it. Gaps up, hangs on for a day, gaps up again. Maybe today it hangs on again. We'll see what happens. But NVIDIA and AMD definitely in play. Taiwan's like TSM, yeah, maybe a secondary. Might have a second day play on DKNG. I can't help it. Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I know you're going to say Donkey Kong, huh?
I can't, like every time I try not to. And that's when you hear me stumble because I'm like, no, it's DraftKings. I just can't. It's all Brian's
Blame
fault.
Brian's fault. Yeah.
It's all Brian's fault. Anyways, I guess Donkey Kong is my my answer to Andrew's always being annoyed on Beyond the Meat. It drives him nuts when we put the in there. Anyways, but so you're asking me what I was watching. DKNG again might be good for a sort of second day play, but I'm not sure. So far, it looks pretty terrible pre-market. And then I think we definitely need to keep watching our good old standbys with Apple and Tesla. They just keep getting volume. They're always moving well. Tesla continues to give good moves, especially if you want to trade near the open. It gives a good opportunity. So I think that I'm going to definitely have it on my list, as I usually do. I said I traded it yesterday. It gave me a good opportunity, so why not? But that's it. That's all I got. Everything else is only if it jumps up on the trading terminal scanners.
Yeah, I like Tesla on the daily here. It looks really interesting. I mean, they've just been stuck in this back
They
and
have been
forth here
stuck
between,
for sure,
right?
and the range
For a
has been getting
bit.
tighter, right? Like I
Yeah,
keep waiting
that's what I'm
for the
saying.
big breakout, and I don't know if I'll be on the correct side of it, but I'm just watching it just to see what's going to happen. So.
Yeah, it's a really tight range. You have a couple of days that broke out of this 177, but for the most part, the price comes right back to it, and it's just kind of been scrambling here. So I like it right now, pushing up against the bottom of that range. Either way, I like that for a possible breakdown if that is what is in the cards for today. So Tesla going on the list today as well. All right, let's see. I think we cover our list except PLTR. We'll look at that one next. We have PLTR on here. Let's take a look. PLTR. And this morning we have 931,000 shares traded, which is typically not a lot of volume for PLTR. They tend to have a lot more volume being traded in the pre-market when they want to be in play. But I know people like this stock, maybe a secondary for it today. I love where it's sitting on the daily though. If you look at this area, we had the big gap up in February, and then this has been a good area of support at least 3 times, right? 3 major times we came down here. Oh, maybe 4, and we found a way to bounce from here. So now we're at it again, but we're in a downtrend here. So I don't know, can we continue to hold that level there? It could be interesting. So not saying it's going to be a long today or a short, but definitely there's a battle happening here. We got to see who's going to win this out and where can we join the party. So I'm going to put it as a secondary for now, and see if we see something great out of that one. Do you like this one today, PLTR? I like the daily on it.
No, I don't typically like to trade PLTR. They did have a little bit of news this morning. They're deepening their partnership with Eaton. The PLTR, of course, is an AI play, right? So as AI sort of stays hot, they're going to stay in this range. But if people start questioning more, what's AI going to do for us? It's funny because look, let me just anecdotally, from a personal point of view, I keep getting all these Google, use our AI for free for the next 3 months, or Windows forced AI onto my desktop, right? And said I haven't clicked on any of these things because I'm like, what am I going to do with it? I don't have anything to do with it myself. I'm not trying to do any advanced analytics, and I know it'll be watching me in turn. So I'm just trying to stay away from it. But I probably that's a fool's errand, right? Because whether I click on it or not, AI is watching. They're always watching. Yeah, and maybe Gary L, as you're saying, that's just the definition of getting old, right? This is the start of the decline, right? Right now, I can still help other people with their tech stuff, but it'll be this is when I just stop using things because I don't need that newfangled technology, and then I won't know how anything works. So. But and Mike, I am always saying get off my lawn. Absolutely. I've got very lush grass, by the way. I should give you guys a picture of my grass.
Send us a picture. Yeah.
My son just came from his plane finally got here. By the way, he spent 24 hours in Newark. Carlos, I should have called you to go visit him, and
I would have definitely visited him. When was this?
Anyways,
I would have picked him up and taken him out to some good restaurants for sure.
We had a tornado warning here yesterday, 2 days ago actually, and therefore the planes were getting turned away from our airport. So anyway, so he couldn't fly in and had to take the same flight on the next day. So those are always the worst, right? You got to wait 24 hours for the next flight. But anyways, so we put him up at a hotel right near the airport. And but anyways, he came from Scotland, and he's like, "Wow, your grass is so lush." I'm like, it rains all the time. Don't you have good lush grass in Scotland? And he's like, not really. So that made me feel good, whether it should or not. Maybe I don't know as much about Scottish grass as I should, but I would have thought it would be a perfect environment for lush grass. But what do I know? Anyways, I digress. Let's talk stocks for a second.
PLTR, make sure you get his pictures for tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Showing me something that I wanted to mention to you guys. We had a question in the room a little bit earlier about what happened at 8 o'clock. And let's use PLTR as just an example here. Right at 8 o'clock this morning, you don't have to go back. Right at 8 o'clock this
Oh, this
morning,
morning. Yep.
yeah, this morning we had a big candle. This is typically what we sometimes we jokingly call it the tinfoil line. You typically will see this on a lot of stocks and the market indices, so the SPY and the Qs, right? Where you get a big volume spike right at 8 a.m. and a candle that often has a small body, big wicks, right? And often what that does is it signals a potential trading range for the day. What it actually indicates is it's often there's a settlement of overnight orders, and I don't know whether it's automated or humans do it or computers do it, but you can see this consistently on almost every single day, where you'll get this price action that usually settles right back where it started, but you get this big volume spike and then this movement in a range. And sometimes, only sometimes, and you never know when, that will indicate a range in which the stock will trade, or at the very least at the tip and bottom, right at the extremes of that candle, you can often find areas of support and resistance respectively. So sometimes it's worth keeping that in mind. I often mark the top and bottom of that candle just to see if the stock ends up trading in that range, or at least respecting the extreme of the range for its trading over the course of the day. The SPY, of course, right now is trading, and the Qs are trading below that range that was set. You can see the same type of candles if you look at the SPY or the Qs, or frankly, if you look at any of our stocks, right, you can see the same type of candles that happen right at 8 a.m. But that's what's happening. Sam is asking possible manipulation. I mean, look, it comes down to how you define manipulation. It happens every single day. It's not really manipulated, I suppose, if you know what's going to happen at what time every day. You just don't know the range, right? It's just a settlement of overnight accounts. So, and maybe there is something else going on there. I don't honestly know, but it's really not that secret. But sometimes it can give you a useful hint as to where the stock price might move. So there you go. So you can use those numbers sometimes. Like I said, a lot of times you just ignore it because it doesn't end up resulting in anything. But sometimes it can provide valuable insight. So I usually keep an eye on it. And by the way, in the day, if you forget to look at it at 8 or pre-market with us here, later in the day, when you're noticing price action, sometimes it's worth going back pre-market and look and see where the candle is. Is it sort of showing, respect of that level or not? So there you go. There's my explanation of that candle. So hopefully that gives you a little bit something to look at, right? It's a little bit of information. You can use it or reject it, but at least you have a at least you have an idea of what it might signify. All right. What's up next on the agenda, Carlos? I took us off track with both
No, all
grass
good.
and our tinfoil candle.
No, all good, my friend. Let's guys, here's our watch list. We're gonna resize all this, right? We're gonna make it nice and neat for you guys. As you see, we got new layouts, we got new screens, and we're just upgrading our system, and things are gonna run very smoothly. So our watch list so far: American Airlines, Baba, Nvidia, Tesla, and we have secondary Chewy, PDD, and PLTRs. Right, so that's our watch list right now. That's what we have on deck. Let's take it to you guys. Let's see what you guys like this morning so far. I see Pino, you're giving us Apple. So let's take a look at Apple. Apple today, decent volume, 484,000 shares traded. And we are pretty much flat right now, have moved up and down. So been in the red, been in the green, and just kind of flat towards that 190 previous day close line there. So, I mean, it's our one of our usual suspects. I think we can keep an eye on it. We'll have to see, high trades in the morning after the market opens. So I'm going to add it here, Apple, and we'll see what value comes in. All right, looking back here, AMD we do have on deck. So AMD, actually, I talked about it, but I did not add it. I do want to add AMD, so we'll put AMD
For
on here.
shame, Carlos.
Yeah, no, I want AMD on. I definitely want AMD on here. We do got some good volume, almost 800,000 shares traded, so that's good.
Yeah.
We'll keep
It's
that.
not really
that
doing
on deck
anything
there.
that interesting, to be honest. But
Yeah. Okay, and then next year we'd have QQQ. Yeah, we can watch the Qs and the SPY, of course. We'll keep an eye on those. Apple we looked at. All right, thanks. Let's take a look over on our YouTube chat. What do you guys like this morning? No MRO? No, I don't like MRO for me personally, right? It's in play today. It's moving. I don't like the way it trades. I typically stay away from it. And this, Peter, you mentioned this is a buyout, which is one of the weirdest pre-market activity I've seen on a buyout.
Right.
Right, but you mentioned this is a buyout, correct?
Correct. It's an all stock buyout, which means you get more price movement than you normally do with a cash. On a cash buyout, it goes to just below the cash price and hangs out there. Stock buyout, like I mentioned, it's going to be tied to ConocoPhillips stock price. So there is potential for movement today. I don't mind it. I want to see what happens with it. So it might actually make my my list, but we'll see. The one that no, you have it up there. Yeah. Okay.
Which one?
Yeah. Oh, American Airlines. I was just thinking of that.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought with
no,
their
for
new,
sure, for sure.
yeah, we got to
That
watch.
is my favorite one today for sure. With that type of volume, we're gonna get some good movement out of here. Look how far down we are, and I love American Airlines because once we start getting to that, 12, 11, it's a great time to buy because that is a price that you are buying at a sale, my friend. This company is not going bankrupt. At least I hope not. Right? We'll have issues if it does, but yeah, we'll have a lot of issues if that
did
goes
you
bankrupt.
just
Um,
did you just
go
guarantee
ahead.
that an airline is not going bankrupt? That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, American Airlines not gonna go bankrupt, man. I'll put a lot of that on that. Oh,
Don't they just operate
and
in? I thought all our airlines just operated in permanent bankruptcy.
they do, and somehow our government seems to, do what it does. But yeah, they're not going anywhere. So these guys, I love what I see here, and then we're not. They're going to be very active, but just be careful. We've seen. Don't be completely short buys. Let the price action tell you what's happening here, right at the market open. Um, Over on YouTube, what else do we like, friends? Let's see here. Okay, we looked at MRO. It's in play, so definitely if you like it, put it on your list. And I don't see anything else as far as tickers over on our YouTube chat. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. We love to get to our goal of 300 likes. That is where we like to be here. So if you can help us do that, that would be amazing. Right now, we're sitting at 120, so not bad for 9:11 right now. That's the time, Eastern time. So we really appreciate that. All right. I think we're set here, Peter. Let's take our members and viewers through our webinars coming up on this beautiful. Today is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes, today's Wednesday. All right.
It is Psychology Wednesday today, absolutely, which means that we have our psychology webinar. Now, like I've been telling you, it's early this week. We're early all week this week, and this is the team up with Mike and Eamon, and they'll be doing an early webinar 1 hour after the market close at 5 p.m. Eastern time, talking about how you get the right trading mindset and how you can set up a support network for yourself. So it's going to be a good conversation, I think, with Mike and Eamon. Hopefully they're ready to go. I saw Mike in the room already. Mike, you jazzed and ready to go for this tonight? I hope so. And and he's probably like, why is he calling me out? I don't talk in the morning. Anyways, and then there you go. Mike's saying that it's going to be a good session. So should be fantastic. So put that in your calendars. Hopefully we'll see you there again 1 hour after the market close. Next week, we do go back to regular time, Mike. We haven't had a time on that all week. But I've been telling everybody, I assume that Dr. Kenneth Reed will be back at the usual time. He's usually on at 8 p.m. That'll be on Wednesday, June the 5th, talking about one good entry. So it's good practice to yes, 8 o'clock. Excellent. It's good practice to remember that you only need one good trade, but finding that which one is the right one takes a heck of a lot of work. So he's going to talk about how you manage your psychology as you're looking for that one trade and that one entry, and how you can make the proper decisions and calm your mind while you're trying to do that. So that'll be a good session next week. Again, June the 5th at 8 p.m. So again, tonight's early at 5. Next week, back to regular time at 8. All right, so that's what we got going on this and next Wednesday. What we have also going on is a big Memorial Day sale. So we had a holiday on Monday, and we got a great sale. Oh, look at the fancy little banners coming in. I love it. If you want to get a great deal on our Elite Annual, which is our full package, which gives you access to all material at Bearable Traders for an entire year, you're not going to get a better sale than this one. Memorial 60 is the code to use. It gives you 60% off the regular elite annual price. And like I mentioned earlier, if you have an existing membership that doesn't expire for a few months or 4 months or even 6 months, lock in this price for the next year if you're willing to do that, because then you will get this added on. The time, you don't lose any time. It'll be added on to the end of your existing membership, and you'll be able to do it at a discounted rate. So if you just want to do monthly, the basic and elite monthly packages are still there. And of course, we always have the intro offer. Now, the price you see here is for those that just find our website and decide to kick the tires. For all of our friends on YouTube, we really want you to consider joining the room, and we're continue to give you that $1 deal if you want to join for a week and see what it's like to be part of the room with our live trading all day from the market open to market close. Then join us using that $1 deal. The information is posted here in the comments at on YouTube. You can see it up there. Look, Team Bearable Traders note. It's click on that link. It's bearabletraders.com/YouTube, and you can get that. It's basically the $39 1-week access price for only $1. It really gives you, and the dollar, by the way, is just to make sure that bots and scammers don't jump in and try and take advantage of us. So please consider joining us. We'd love to have you. But while you're here on YouTube, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Join the channel, subscribe in there. It helps the growth a lot. We've seen phenomenal growth over the last little while. We'd love to see it continue. And we thank for everybody who's joined us here in the community. And I think it's just great to have so many people joining us for the pre-market and through the market open as we trade live. Don't forget, we'll give you that after Carlos and I are done here. So one last note, I'll just remind you, by the way, tradingterminal.com, if you want information on the markets, it's always available. It's completely free. It gives you everything you need as an active trader, from scanners to market news to insider information to economic calendar to a live trading simulator that you can use, or a replay mode where you can replay any stock on any day. In fact, there's even an academy in there, which is a learning environment where there's some free courses and there's a lot of paid courses as well. We always make sure it's good, valuable content, so you get your money's worth out of that. And there's some great courses by Paris and Eamon and others in there. So check it out in the academy. Tradingterminal.com is the place to go to get all of that. All right, Carlos, I'll let you set some levels. We'll then see what our moderators are trading and get ourselves ready for the opening bell.
All right. Thank you, Peter. Friends, let's take a look here on American Airlines. My favorite for today. I think this is going to trade very well with the volume we're getting, plus the catalyst. So American Airlines, let's do some levels in here. High of the pre-market, we are looking at a 1260. So we're going to slam a level right on there, 1260. Low of the pre-market, 1212, right? So that is what you have on American Airlines right now. If you look towards the top, we lost this great area of support that we had over the last couple of months, all year, really, right? Right here, previous day close, you can see it try to hold there yesterday, but today gapping down on some news there. So not good, but below this, but between these two levels, right, previous day close and pre-market high, there is another area that's worth noting. That's going to be 13, right? So that whole dollar number there, you're seeing a lot of support happening there as well. So I definitely want to have that on deck. Towards the bottom, friends, below our pre-market low right now, 1212, we do have some other levels here on the daily. We look at 1182, and we also have 1115. So I think that's good for now. We got obviously more obvious levels towards the bottom here, but we're not going to worry about this right now. I think we're set when it comes to this area. So there it is for American Airlines. Let's take a look at BABA. It's another one that I like today. We're gapping down 2.5, 1.3 million shares traded. So I do love the volume that we're seeing here this morning. If we look to our pre-market high right now, we do have it over at 79.48. That is where we're going to slam a level. So you guys slam that thumbs up over on YouTube. Help us get to our goal, 300. Ooh, what did I do there? Oh, don't click that button. All right. What is that? So this is this one. Oh, whiteboard. Oh, okay. So if we want to write something. All right, there we go. We're just testing things out. All right, something new for us to enjoy later.
Draw us a picture, Carlos. I want to see your best dog. Come on, draw me a dog.
My dog? Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to draw your car. I'm going to draw your car. You know, I do this for my son all the time. Draw the car. And this is me and you right here driving in the garbage truck. Garbage truck. There we go.
All right.
Garbage truck. All right.
Draw us a dump truck.
There it is. All right, friends. I need more practice. So as we're looking here, we're looking at Baba high of the pre-market 79.48. The low of the pre-market, it is over down at 78.20. So we'll slam one there as well. And we'll look to the left here, to the left towards the top. Your set highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing a pretty good job there. And then towards the bottom, we can add a few more levels in case we continue to sell down here. We're going to go over to 77.37. So it's a great area right on there. I think we're pretty much set. Okay, next is going to be NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is next on here. And NVIDIA, again, just the movement on NVIDIA down in the red today, in the green, up to 1156. And I think that is their all-time highs. What they got to yesterday, they got up pretty high. Yeah, 1156 slammed this morning. That is their all-time highs right now. Back down to 1130. But man, this is going to be fun. I just love how this thing is trading. So right now, low of the pre-market this morning is set to 1121. So we'll slam one there as well. And that's all you need. Pre-market high, pre-market low, and the rest is all done for you with the highs and lows of the last two trading days. And I personally think this thing is going to go even higher. I think once this stock split happens and people see the stock at such a low price, there's going to be so much new money coming in here. I think people know that, and they're buying into it now to be ready for that move, right? It's just, this is the play, guys. It's what's hot. It's going to be hot for a long time. Here's Tesla down 1.3 this morning. 825 is the volume on it, so I do like that there. As we spoke earlier, I do love the daily level here that we have. Towards the bottom, we do have an area around 171.40, and then all the way down here at 167.87. So pretty good levels as far as Tesla goes. Can you imagine, Peter, when we actually get rate cuts this year? Well, not this year, next year. I mean, the stock market is so strong. Can you imagine what's going to happen when these rate cuts start coming in? Where are we going? I mean, to the moon is an understatement. I mean,
to the moon.
It's just, yeah, to the moon. So
We'll
can't wait.
see.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, well, I agree. When these rates drop, man, whoo, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. All right, let's take a look here at Apple. Apple is next on the list here. And again, just stuck between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. Yeah, just smack right in the middle. As far as levels, your pre-market low is covered, your pre-market high is covered by the last two trading days. I mean, this is as easy as it gets. So we don't have to do anything else here on this one. You can leave that just alone. All right. That's all we have, friends. AMD, Chewy, PDD, and PLTR are all set, right? So let's see what takes place. NVIDIA Dell can crash heavily. Let's pray. They can. I don't think that's happening, but they can. Anything can crash, right? You never know. All right. We are all set, friends. We all know the indicator to when things are going to crash. When once your friends start talking about it and asking you, you should be very concerned. But I don't think that's happening. Nobody's asking me about NVIDIA. It's still asking me about GameStop. So tells you where their attention is at. All right, friends, we're good to go. Peter, anything else you missed on your end? We'll bring up the moderators list, and then we'll have, I know Brian is on to trade live today, so we'll have him come on in a second here. We'll say good morning. But looking at our moderators list here.
Yeah, nothing we've missed that I could think of. I think I have my list settled. I kept changing my mind today. There's actually a lot to trade, and I'm just not sure which is going to move. So, anyways, we'll find out together.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's see here. We have Thor looking at the overall market, SPY, Qs, Amazon, AMD, and then futures as well. Susan, aka Trading Mom, is looking at SPY, AMD, and Google. Mike will be looking at AMD and Amazon, and then Peter, no SPACs, no IPOs for today. Megan will be looking at Tesla, DKS on her list, and Eamon, potential shorts on Apple. Risky 60-minute off. So Brian, AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, and then Chewy and Baba on his list. He'll be the trading with you guys live in a second. So over on YouTube, please hold on and stick around so they can come on and trade live with you this morning. Peter, your list, AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla, and on that secondary, American Airlines, Chewy, ASTS, and MRO. You know, I don't have MRO on my secondary, but this is a buyout, right, Peter? 100% a buyout. Yeah. It looks so weird.
It is a buyout, absolutely. But again, I'm thinking that with the stock deal, maybe there's an opportunity here. So we'll see.
Yeah. Pre-market does look good. Again, I don't trust it, so I'll keep it on here for entertainment for me. But let's see how it does. Phil, NVIDIA, AMD, Apple, Baba, and Amazon. Pierre, you're looking at AMD, NVIDIA, Apple, and Baba. Secondary list, American Airlines. So again, a lot of our usual suspects here. They had a great day yesterday, very active. We'll see how that continues. All right, Peter, if you don't have anything else, over to Brian and I think Lenny or Pierre. I'm not sure who's joining us, but if you guys are on, say good morning. Over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, slam that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Help us get to our goal, which is 300. I'm not sure if we're there. I'm going to look now. 213, so almost there. 500 people watching on YouTube. Really
You know why?
appreciate that. That's a nice number. Why is that? Did you do
It's
something?
because you didn't draw me a dog. That's why.
I can't do the dog, but I'll practice. I promise. I'll practice. I'll draw a dog tomorrow.
Okay. All right. It's like a car, but without wheels. Just put legs on the car.
Put legs. You know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
Friends, thank you so much for joining
that.
the pre-market, the pre-market prep. We'll be on again tomorrow. Stick around for Brian and his partner. Good morning, Brian. How are you?
I'm good. How is everybody this morning?
We're
good, sir.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
So trade smart, everybody.
Brian,
and
smart.
Yeah, we'll leave you in to Brian's tender mercies.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah, well, be tender with everybody.
Okay, love me tender, right? It all gets back to a song.
Here's what I really want to know, Brian. It's teasing me again today. What is the scotch sitting behind you on the second shelf? That is definitely a scotch bottle. I know that box anywhere. I just don't know what it is.
This was it's a Redbreast single.
Single. Irish whiskey. Okay.
Yeah. It was the bottle I was going to give to you when you were here.
Oh, you always tease me like that. Always promising me whiskey and
yeah, I know.
Never seem to get it.
So, unfortunately, I forgot to bring it down when I came down.
Oh well.
So another time we'll have to wait till the next.
It's all right. It would exceed the liquid capacity in my carry-on, so I would have had to drink it all right there, which wouldn't have been good.
Well, that's true. Yes. Yeah, you would have had to check it, as they say. We'll
drink it together at Andrew's party at the end of June then. How about that?
Oh, there you go. That's right.
All right.
All right. Good deal. Well, good morning, everybody. Peter was saying that he liked a lot of things this morning. I'm not liking much yet. Looking at, of course, got my watch list there: AMD, Nvidia, Baba's, and Chewy, and Tesla. Tesla looking a little weak right now.
Hey, good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
Pretty good. Have some good volume so far this morning?
Yes, some decent volume. Q's and SPY, they're trading at the low of the pre-market right now. So I'm not sure. I didn't catch a lot of the pre-market show, so I don't know if there's a catalyst for taking us lower, or if it's just we've been going up and up and up, and now we're finally getting some profit taking.
Yeah, I don't think there's any news.
Okay. I'm kind of liking right now. I'm kind of liking Tesla.
Tesla's
but I think
down too, right?
Yeah,
1.5%.
I think we're going to get into some selling at the open probably, and we'll at some point buying brigade will come in and start buying things back up. But I think definitely the open's definitely got a sort of a negative bias to it right now. I don't even know if we're going to get a rising devil on Tesla. The rising devil would imply it would go back to the VWAP.
Apple looks interesting. Apple is dropping there a bit before the market opened.
Oh, yeah. Might change BABA to Apple as far as some things I'm going to watch. Chewy's getting a bid. I think Chewy will probably drop, but we'll see. AMD's coming back up a little bit. Let's see, what else have we got here? Let's take a look at NVIDIA. We got 30 seconds, guys. NVIDIA's got some bids to 1120. AMD looks a little spread out. Yeah, Apple could come down to 189.
Yeah, Apple looks good.
Okay, here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, and just going to wait here, see what happens. See what happens. Oh, look at Chewy. Man, Chewy's just ripping. All right. So I shorted Tesla at the VWAP, 174.30. See what it does now.
Apple had a good bounce here.
Yeah, Apple had a nice bounce. Things are bouncing a bit. AMD is at the VWAP too, but I'm out of Tesla. That didn't work out. So
Yeah, Tesla catch a bounce there.
yeah, I went through the VWAP. I still think it's going to drop. Still think it's going to drop. Chewy just popped and dropped there. Chewy really erratic.
Apple is selling back here. A lot of volume on American Airlines.
Yeah. Nothing's really selling off too much. NVIDIA's dropping a little bit here. But I don't really think it's a good short. Yeah, we're just kind of hanging around. Nothing really moving that obvious yet. Tesla's almost trying to move up here. Just got long of some Tesla at 175.25. Wow.
Still no trades for me. Waiting another 2 minutes. Yeah, Tesla's going. Same for Apple.
Yeah. I'm looking for 176 right now on Tesla. Make my money back on that loss. Just going to sell some here because I'm just in case it doesn't go up at 77, 75, 77.
AMD selling off.
Okay, we'll see what it does at the VWAP here. Okay, I'm out of the rest of it. Really choppy. Nvidia's, oh, there you go. There's AMD finally. I knew that was a better Rising Devil trade.
Tesla's back at the VWAP.
I think Chewy's going to go.
Still long Tesla?
No. Got stopped out. There goes Chewy. Chewy through 20. Just long.
Right, 935. Let's see if we have some open range breakout there.
Selling some Chewy at 90.20 or 20.20, I should say 20.20. Here we go. Now we're talking. We're finally getting something going here. Profitable. Selling some more Chewy at 33. 2033.
Tesla.
Damn, Tesla's choppy.
175.20.
Nice. That's a good entry. Now Tesla's going to go back to PDC. Nice. It's a pretty hard pullback on that one. Damn.
Partialing some Tesla there. That was a quick bounce.
Yeah, that was a nice bounce. There's some bids at 77, 177, and 178. Going to sell some more Chewy at 44, 2044. There's some bids here at 2050 and 2070.
AMD is still really weak. Wow.
Yeah. AMD's could be heading back. Could be heading to, it's getting close to previous day low, yesterday's low, which is just right around 165. So watching Chewy on this pullback here.
Partialing some more Tesla on the bounce there.
Wow, Tesla went green. Amazing.
Oh yeah, it's really going.
So, yeah, there we go. Come on, Chewy. Back to 2050. There we go. We might be getting a little toppy here. Let's see. All right, so AMD did it. It almost got to yesterday's low. Pretty critical sort of support level there.
Trying to bounce there, yeah.
Some orders are building a little bit to the downside on Chewy, but here we go. Let's see if we can break through here. This 2045 level seems to be sticky. Let's get through it. Sell a bit more there. 2040 again.
Partialing here on Tesla, 178.
Ooh, Wow, Tesla's at yesterday's high.
Yeah, that was a quick move.
All right. Yeah, Chewy's getting really kind of erratic here. I'm out of a lot of my position anyway, so that we got a nice move on that. Let's see what it does here at $20. There's a bid here at $20. I'm probably going to fill it. Still some big asks at 2050 and 2070. Wow, it didn't take long for the buying brigade to come in here. Didn't really even get much of a sell-off. Nice move on Tesla. Damn. Apple came back up. Nvidia is still weak. Interesting.
Yeah, NVDA, same for AMD. Apple
Right,
and Tesla today are the strong one.
Chewy's coming back to my break even, 1985. And pop back up again. AMD is trying to hold this yesterday low.
Yeah, trying to do a double bottom there.
Maybe, yeah.
Could be a good place to add on Tesla here.
I'm all out of Chewy. I don't like the way it's trading right now. I think it's looking like it's might sell off a bit here. So I'm all out flat. It's going to bounce now that I get out of it. I didn't have a lot of shares left anyway, so there you go. Of course, now it's going to bounce. Probably just doing a bit of maybe picking up some shares and then pushing it higher. All right. Oh, AMD is dropping again.
Yep.
Nvidia is still looking
low. 175. Might find some buyers there. Tesla is trying to bounce on the 9 EMA. And what's that level yesterday? Yesterday close.
Yeah, now they finally take out that 2050. Oh well, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Still got a nice move on it. It still might go up to. There's a lot of might go up higher here. There's a lot of liquidity down here at 164 on Apple or AMD, I should say. I'll get my symbols screwed up here. Nvidia's dropping.
Tesla is going back to the VWAP. If it goes under the VWAP, I will get out of my remaining position. It was a good or a B5 on Tesla.
Short AMD.
Yeah, AMD is weak. Really weak today.
Just getting into a big pool of liquidity here.
Tesla is testing the VWAP there. Looks like wants to lose it.
There we go. Just going to cover a bit of AMD. 164.07. Nice. Okay, here we go. Just going to cover some more. 163.72.
Oh, nice. Good move on AMD.
Yes, boss. Look at Chewy. Chewy's still going. Damn. That hurts. A little. Let's cover some more. 163.77 on AMD. Interesting. Lulu had a
Apple
nice
is
little
still
bounce.
going.
Yeah, Apple's
Apple is
popping.
strong. All right, I'm getting out of Tesla here. I close the remaining of my position. Was a good trade on Tesla. I'm looking for potential RNB 15. NVDA could be interesting.
Still looking for more downside on AMD.
Yeah, AMD looks like it wants to go to 163.
Yeah, 163, maybe even 162.50. Qs are bouncing. Might be out of luck for that kind of a move. But we'll see. We'll see. Just stop out. Back at break even if it doesn't work out. I've already taken a fair amount off on AMD.
Wow, look at Apple go.
It's crazy.
The 5-minute RNB would have been good on Apple too.
Yeah, you know what else is doing well is Dell. Dell is green on the day.
I haven't looked at Dell. I was looking at Dell yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, up 1%.
Amazon's green on the day. Here we go. I knew it. There was more downside here on AMD.
Dell rejected yesterday high. Exactly. Which I think is all-time high too.
Yeah. All right, here comes 163 on AMD. That's
Oh yeah,
it. All right. Just covering some more. Here we go.
nice. Good short on AMD. Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as it lost, looked like it was going to lose that yesterday's low. That was the move I was looking for. Didn't want to short it too close to that unless it didn't pan out. Nvidia's bouncing back now. Still, there's still some liquidity down at 162 and 160 on AMD. Qs are breaking out here. Qs have gone through yesterday's low. SPY is bouncing.
Yeah, the market seems to want to go higher there. My RMB 15 setup on NVDA could be interesting, but I don't like the fact that the market is strong here, so I won't go against it.
Now, Nvidia's back at the VWAP.
Yeah.
Nvidia's back at the 9 and the 20 EMA and the VWAP at the same time. So it could be an area here where we might reject and go and pull back, go lower, but we'll see. Qs are at there. Where are they? They're almost. Is that? It's not pre-market high. Man, yeah, Apple is really strong. Jesus. It's 192. There's some bids there, and then 192.50 and 193.
You still short AMD?
I still have a small position left on AMD. I'm just watching it right now. It's still below the 9 EMA. Sitting right around
164.
Yeah, 164.50-ish. If we break above there, I'll get out the rest of it. See what else is going on here. Nvidia looks like it wants to go higher.
Yeah, I wouldn't try to short NVDA there.
No.
Tesla made my day. Good thing I got out of Tesla. Looks like it wants to go down here. AMD is trying to reject the 9 EMA, the 2-minute chart.
Wow, Q's just major pop there. We got down to, that was S6 on the Camarilla pivots. That was where we bounced on the Qs. Didn't quite get there on the SPY. Just long some NVIDIA on some with using some calls here because I think it looks like it's coming back as late trade. Just using some options just to get a better liquidity or better better return.
Nice. Yeah, NVDA looks like it's forming engulfing on the 15-minute chart. Looks interesting for a long, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just selling some of those calls. $20. They were they were 1130s expiring end of the week.
AMD is testing yesterday low. $165 level is acting as pretty good resistance there.
Yeah, I'm out of the rest of my calls. So I don't want, because those can really slip away fast on NVIDIA, on any stock. Just watching AMD. Decided to move my stop up to sort of below the, just below yesterday's low, which is about 165. We start getting up into that area, I'll pull a pin on the rest. Still profitable, but still a lot of orders to the downside on in AMD. I think it's still potential for it to drop.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see AMD going lower here. You said you have a level at 162.50.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
Yeah. NVDA is testing the VWAP again. Well, today AMD and NVDA are trading more together.
All right, here we go. Let's see if AMD rolls over again here. 50-50 on this, given the way the Qs are trading. See what the Qs do on this pullback. Okay, here we go. Let's get down to it. NVIDIA and AMD dropping again here. Might have been a good place to add up there, but stick with we got going on now. Qs are right at the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart, so almost thinking it may bounce here, may come back up.
Yeah, I don't like the way that 15-minute candle close on AMD.
Yeah. I'm seeing lots of orders to the downside. That's the only thing that's sort of keeping me in this trade right now. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go there, but
Tesla is trying to bounce back here.
yeah, Tesla's a wow. Look at Chewy did a 920. 920 is when you have a nice steady trend, either up or down, and then eventually the 9 and the 20 EMAs follow it, and then at some point it breaks through the 9 and then goes down and tests the 20 and bounces. So this is what Chewy did. Chewy came nice steady uptrend, sort of pulled back, broke down through the 9, came almost back to the 20 EMA and bounced off it right back to the high of day. Qs are still holding the 9 EMA, but just barely. I think they might actually roll over here. Might drop down.
Well, the Qs are pulling back with volume going down. Wouldn't be surprised if they bounce here. Tesla went green again.
Yeah. Tesla's, I don't know. I can't figure out what Tesla's doing today. Squeezed up, went to yesterday's high, rejected. That would have been a good Thor trade probably. Thor likes to short at these 3 and 4 Camarilla pivots. Tesla, that's almost exactly where it played. It went to and then pulled back. Actually, it almost did a complete R3 to S3 on the Camarilla pivot. So we got the Qs pulling back some more here. Let's see what it does at, there's yesterday's low. See if it bounces off there. Maybe a 20 EMA is close to that. So maybe we're going to bounce off this level as well. There goes Apple's back up again.
Yeah, Apple is really strong today.
Yeah. I'm not really liking the way AMD is trading. I don't know if it's going to drop anymore. Feels like it actually was trying to hold this 164 level. So I think I'm going to get out of the rest of my shares. See what it does on this pullback. All right, how's everyone doing today? Everyone managing to make some money? It's not. It's been a little bit squirrely. Speaking of squirrely, there goes Chewy. Yeah, I'm going to get out of AMD. I don't like it. I think it's actually going to pop. But yeah, there you go. Out of the rest of that.
Well, that was a good short on AMD.
It worked
trade.
out okay, yeah. Got a nice trade on Chewy and got a good short on AMD. Tesla was a loser. NVIDIA puts worked out pretty well. Of course, now it's going to drop. Qs. Apple had a nice run up. Anybody catch Apple? What's Netflix? Netflix is, Netflix. Man, Netflix is on fire. A daily chart? Man, oh man. It's had a really nice run up. From it's run up about $100 over what, less than a month. Beginning of end of April, it was around 550. Now it's at 656. Yeah, AMD, damn you.
Yeah, same for NVDA.
Yeah, Qs are pulling back now. We're back to yesterday's low. I don't know. AMD seems to be sort of stuck in a range. Chewy managed to get through 21 there. Let's see what Chewy looks like. Oh, yeah. Not quite as clean, but you can see here. Well, let's tighten things up a bit, brighten things up a bit. You can see here, really kind of ugly price action. It did pull back here. This was the pullback where we broke the where we broke the 9 EMA and got down to the 20 EMA right there. We could be going to 2120. For people that are unfamiliar with Bookmap, these are all areas of liquidity where people have placed orders to sell if it's above the price here. So there's a sort of a principle that when there's orders there, the price tends to gravitate to that price. You can see here some orders are maybe building here. People, a lot of people think this is sort of a negative sign that there's a lot of sellers up here, but it's actually a bullish sign because people are putting their orders in there expecting to be filled. And I think they probably are going to get filled. All right, I've got no trades on right now. AMD is rolling over with the market now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in no trades here either. Only trade I took today was Tesla for the open range breakout. I don't think I'm gonna look for any more trades.
Yeah, that was a nice trade you got off there.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it a day here. I got a round of golf in about 30 minutes.
You look like you're dressed for a golf game.
Yes. Yes.
Do they have good golf in Colombia? Good courses?
Yeah, some beautiful courses. Yeah.
All right.
It's not really popular here, but the courses are beautiful.
Okay. There you go. Another reason to go to Colombia.
Exactly. So it
Yeah.
was a pleasure again trading with you, Brian.
Okay.
Have a great day, everyone.
Cheers. Yeah, you too. Have a good one. All right. Round of golf. Doesn't sound so bad. The life of a trader. Get in there, make a trade, make one good trade, and go out and hit the links, as they say. Okay, so let's see if we can find another trade here. NVIDIA. NVIDIA is really just hanging around the VWAP right now. AMD, not really doing much. It looks like the Qs are holding this Tuesday low. Which is also almost right at the 20 EMA. The SPY is the SPY has done very little in about 15 minutes. It's gone nowhere. Here's this meme stock I don't understand, DJT. It's up, it's green. Apple's green still, but it's not really doing much of anything. I think AMD or NVIDIA looks like it's getting ready to kind of break out here. Maybe push through 1130. Let's see what Tesla looks like here. Did anyone there you go, Art. Anyone take Chewy? Chewy really doesn't trade very cleanly because it's a NYSE stock, but it's been on a nice trend. Amazon. Let's take a look at Amazon, see what it looks like. I never find it doesn't trade very well. That's what Amazon looks like. There's some orders there. 183.60. Some big order up here, 184. Not much to the downside. Qs have bounced, and now we're back up at the high of day. Pretty close. Same with the SPY. Yeah, I know Apple's back at high of day. Tesla's breaking. Tesla looks weak to me. I don't know if I want to take another trade on Tesla. I've already lost money on Tesla today. There goes NVIDIA now. NVIDIA's going to break out. Damn, yeah, Tesla. I thought it was a short there. Definitely, it was rejecting the VWAP, and then we've got this 175. There's some bids there. There's some bids at 174. Problem is we've tested this area before here, and we had got some buyers there, so I'm not. Don't think I'm going to take that trade. It does look like it's going lower though. Qs are near at high day again. SPY is breaking out to this upside. All right, NVIDIA's back to high of day, and it's it's just right at PDC, which is yesterday's close. So see what it does. AMD starting to move up again, back up. Yeah, everything's rallying now. AMD's back at the VWAP, so watch for maybe a pullback here. We might get a pullback on AMD. So yields are up again today, which indicates maybe the Fed rate hikes aren't coming anytime soon, or rate cuts aren't coming anytime soon. All right. Q's again rejected that high of day, right? Same with the SPY. Volume's really kind of dropping off here on these pullbacks, on this pullback. The Q's might go higher here. All right, so there's the pullback on AMD. AMD tends to do this little, goes above the VWAP and then does the pullback. That's what it did there. Same with Tesla, kind of popped and dropped. Apple's sort of rolling over a little bit here. Damn, Chewy is still going. Damn. Anyone trade Chewy? Anyone stay in that? That was just, you had to suffer through those pretty significant drops. Nice, Anton. Oh, good, rats. Yes. All right, we had some of our traders in our room, and one of our moderators took Chewy. Just got out. Nice, Robert. Way to go. Awesome, guys. I got a nice move on it through the 20s. Just couldn't hold it on that. Just didn't hold it on that pullback. I should have. All right. Well, there was a big pullback on AMD. That would have been a good opportunity to short it at the VWAP or just above it. Oh, you did that too? Well, all right. I'm getting some pictures from Andrew's big adventure. It looks, to me, it looks miserable. There was a picture of him in some blizzard condition climbing up a mountain. I tend to like to avoid the snow these days, so I'm not really sure what the appeal is, but I like that white stuff that gets in your toes, that where Thor is. Yeah, man. Although I am looking at a hike in August. Look at the cues. The cues are breaking out here. There we go. Wow, that was a move. This is crazy. This price action is pretty. It's crazy this morning. The SPY is broken out. We got high of day now on the SPY, high of day on the Qs. NVIDIA is still trying to go green. Dell has had a pretty decent day. It's up $3.70. ARM up a little bit. ARM's down. MRO did nothing. CAFA gave a nice drop there at the open. Google is green on the day. And Chewy is, I don't know what Chewy reported, but man, it's, if you go back a year ago, it was almost $40. It was $40. Now it's 21. So a bit of a haircut for the anybody who was long this for extended period of time. So there has been a lot of buying on Chewy, just down in this 15 and 18 area, 19 area. There's been a lot of volume traded. So probably it could have potential to go higher here. I don't know, what is it? Is this stock heavily shorted? Short float 17%. So maybe some of this is could be some short covering. because that's getting up there. All right, it is that time, everybody, 7:30. So hope everyone had a good morning. A little bit of chop at the open, but some good opportunities to make some money today. And Pierre was one and done. Tesla, and he was out of there to the golf course. So that's kind of what you can do as a trader. So like I said, hope everyone had a good day, and join us tomorrow. Same time, same place, same channel. So see you, everybody. Take care.